How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, I took one day off. I had to process a lot of information, and I became very angry. And I have not lost sight of the BS that's going down with our queen, Breonna Taylor. I have another video for that. So don't worry, I haven't lost sight of my royal family. And so I'm processing this shit with Obama and LeBron James and some spineless black men, I hope you hear what I say, some, who are afraid to really express and demonstrate how they truly feel about continuing to see black folks slaughtered in the streets of America. And so they reach out to Obama, who ain't did a damn thing for black folks. So what would he possibly have to say to a black man? To coon even harder? To do what he do? To go along and get along? As we continue to see us literally getting slaughtered. This thing ain't gonna go away, my royal family. It ain't gonna go away at all. At all. And now our Father is speaking louder, because folks can't ignore coronavirus. Oh, there's folks in the NBA that got coronavirus. There's some folks in the NBA that have stepped away because they don't want to infect their family. So there's a lot of dynamics that's going on in America. So Rona's right there. That's that X factor that can't be ignored at all, because America is famous for ignoring the continuous slaughter of black folks. And so our king, Mr. Jacob, gets shot all up, basically lose his manhood, and then what these brothers continue to feel in the NBA was like, fuck it, we're gonna walk. They're not listening to us. They're not feeling us, America. And then you get Mr. Shuck and Jive, who even over in a Kiva line, they have told him, you really need to watch how you talk to us, Obama. And let's add Michelle onto it too, because she has 100% conformed to the system. She bought and sold too. So as I'm processing this in my psyche, and I was taught by my father that when I'm angry, not to make hasty decisions. So I had to pull back for a day because I'm on a roll. And I had expressed to my husband and my son how I deeply felt. So they got the earful, and y'all gonna get it too. But before I go even deeper, let's listen in on this.
Let's focus on the LA teams for a second here, Chris. Chris Haynes on the Rich Eisen Show. So let's start, obviously, with LeBron. How did it go from LeBron understanding the Bucks move, but a little bit chafed over the fact that it wasn't thought through with everybody and with a proper end game, to leaving the meeting, to agreeing after all to come back. Walk me through how does that all square?
Yeah, well, it's LeBron since the NBA, ever since the NBA suspended play March 11th, due to the coronavirus outbreak in the league, LeBron has been adamant that it's in everyone's best interest if we get this season underway. If safety protocols and when things permit. And so during that meeting, like I said, you have to remember that meeting was an hour, a couple hours from everybody canceling the games. And so there's still a state of shock from everybody. There's frustration, there's tension, like everything is built up in that room. And so then when you're hearing when you're hearing players give reasons of why people should leave this bubble, it was just a frustrating period. And I think, and I think at a certain point, LeBron was just, he got kind of fed up in that moment. And, Udonis Haslem, he was the one that asked LeBron, like, what do you want to do? It's on you. You're the face of the league. It goes as you go. What you going to do? And LeBron, he was like, we're out. And, they walked out. And the rest of his teammates followed him. The only Laker that stayed was Dwight Howard. And then the Clippers did as well.
Well, which jumped out at me, Howard, because Howard was one of the guys who Instagrammed out before the bubble when Kyrie Irving was saying there shouldn't be a bubble, or at least threw that one out there. Howard was one of the guys who basically said, I agree. So he's the guy who actually stayed behind after the Lakers walked out. That one just kind of jumped out at me, and I'm just again wondering how it went from anger boiling over, or at least wanting to just take a beat, to getting LeBron and the Clippers unified. Do you know any more about that?
Well, they were up all night. Players on both sides up all night talking. There was small meetings, marginal size meetings. Just guys just trying to organize and try to just figure out what's the best path moving forward. And not only that, just trying to figure out, like, what demands are we going to ask for right now, because we're in this mini hiatus period. But what it boiled down to was, I think, Rich, everybody was just heated. Like, there was so much going on that day. Everybody needed a good night's sleep, just to rest and, come back with a clear mind. And the next day, members of the executive committee reached out to Bron and Lou Williams and the Clippers and asked are they in or out. Bron said they were in. And the funny thing about it, we kind of, the Lakers for the meeting the next morning, they came 45 minutes late to the meeting. And so they held the meeting up. The meeting was supposed to happen at 11 a.m. It didn't start till around 11:45. And so I don't know what was going on there. I don't know what led to that, but after that 11 a.m. meeting, there was a meeting in the afternoon with the owners, players and owners, and LeBron was really forceful and stern in what he was asking to the owners. Telling them they need to do more to use their resources to affect change within the black community, to help alter laws, and so he went in and the owners said that they will do more. And so he left that meeting feeling like it was comfortable to play, and he felt good. So those were kind of all the elements that led to LeBron ultimately changing his mind.
And let's see, let me take this down quickly. I don't want this to pop up. So I wanted y'all to, and I know many know what's going down, but I wanted y'all for this brother to break down some of the dynamics that were going on. And we're going to get into Dwight Howard in just a bit. So anyhow, LeBron James has absolutely no backbone. He feared the white man, the white establishment. And talking to Obama is just useless because we know what he's on. He was the president for 8 years. Okay, and then you all up in your emotions, and then you go to the white man and demand for the white man to effect change and to do A, B, C, and D in our black lives. That is not their duty and responsibility, despite the fact that they do atrocious shit to us. I don't want to be led by no white man. That ain't an option in True World's world. Y'all know what I'm on. But I'm real pissed when, and I've said this over and over, we in a war. And in this war, when you have the enemy by the balls, you don't let go. You go full throttle. Because they was on froze. Like, oh shit. They real pissed now. Yeah, we'll conform to anything. We just want them to keep making our coins. But let's, again, not lose sight of coronavirus. That's going to be that X factor, too. Now, back on our stuff. They not going to stop ever killing us in any fashion that they can, damaging us in any fashion that they can. And me personally, I am not looking for LeBron James and a bunch of black millionaires to affect change. I keep saying over and over, we the chosen ones. We have a duty and responsibility to our individual families, and we collectively need to keep doing what we're doing in our individual households, your immediate situation. Now, if they happen to do what they need to do, cool. If not, cool. It don't matter at all. But they are still in bed with the enemy. But I just can't get over the fact that you reach out to the number one coon on the planet, and you know what he gonna do? Keep shuffling. That's all he gonna keep saying. Keep getting that money. It ain't about money no more. Folks is dying globally. They don't have no cure, and they ain't gonna have no cure. This stuff is spiritual. Well, this stuff is biblical. You see, people want to dismiss the Creator. You ain't gonna dismiss our Father. Like I said, y'all gonna all submit. I'm telling you something I know. I'm telling you something I have experienced. But then when I started doing what True Royal do best, is think and think. And it hit me this morning why Mr. Santana had to hear his wife be who I continue to be. And I seen something deeper. And I'll bring up the deeper in just a bit. But it's something that I want the Royal family to listen to. Now, what y'all about to listen to, I agree with many parts of what Farrakhan is saying. Y'all know how I feel about him. But there's been some points that I respectfully disagree with. And I've had some people jump down my throat. And I'm like, me? I have the utmost respect for Farrakhan. You don't know what I'm on then. You ain't been following me long enough. Because I've been following this man way before there was even an internet. So, I think y'all can pick apart the bones. Because I'm not going to point out what I agree and disagree with. But there's some other things that will be brought up in this video, and I ain't on what they own. I'm on what I'm on for my people's immediate situation. So, let's listen to this.
Dwight Howard, great brother. he saw the slaughter and just put a tweet up. Free Palestine. And when he retweeted the message, Free Palestine, to his 5.3 million Twitter followers, he was attacked by Mr. Morton Klein of the Zionist Organization of America. Within a few minutes, he tweeted again, "I apologize if I offended anyone with my previous tweet. It was a mistake. I have never commented on international politics and never will." That's not good. Here's a man that when he was in the dunk contest, he had on the Superman cape. Faster than a speeding bullet. And within seconds, Superman was made to look like Super Mouse. I made a mistake. I ain't never gonna talk on international politics no more. But I want to say to Brother Dwight, my dear, beloved brother, you are more than a great basketball player. You are a human being, and you were expressing your natural human empathy for our suffering people. And Morton Klein wants to deny you your humanity, and you throw it away for a damn basketball. Rihanna tweeted, because all of our people that are made rich and famous have connections with the Jewish community. Your money's from them. Thank you. Your money comes because they sign you. They're your agents. They're the owners of the clubs that you play in and play for. So they put pressure on you, and you don't stand up, because making the money is more than being an upright human being that has the courage to say to them, "You cannot deny my humanity. Your hatred of the Palestinians is your problem, but my love for humanity is in my character." See, and when you stand up, they'll sit down. Remember Muhammad Ali? Have you heard of that man? You did? He was fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world, and Brother Malcolm was in his camp. And they came to Ali and told him, "You get out, get that Malcolm out of your camp and get away from these Muslims, or the fight is off." Muhammad Ali looked at him and said, "Well, hell, then the fight is off. Let us everybody pack up and let's get the hell out of here." And since their God is money, they came back later and said, "Oh, all right, Ali. Malcolm can stay. But don't go too hard on that Muslim stuff." Ali was one of the greatest men of our time. And Ali stood for a principle. When he went to the draft, I'm coming. And they said, step forward. He said, no, I ain't coming into that. He said, them Viet Cong ain't never called me nigger. You say you gonna send me to jail? Well, clean out my cell, because I'm on my way. See, when you don't give a damn about what they want to do against you, you start feeling life coming into you, strength coming into you, God coming into you.
So, my royal family, let me put that on mute and put that right there. So, as I was thinking deeper today and ranting and raving early this morning, then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I said to my husband, now, I find it hard to believe that LeBron just independently reached out to Obama. I think that situation was presented to him. And him not having no backbone too. Like, oh yeah, that can give me a little relief. And so as I was thinking, I was saying to Mr. Santana, well, I know, we all know that they're going to keep continuing to do this. They're going to keep killing us and shooting us, and we're going to keep seeing all of this. This ain't going to stop. And it's going to keep inflaming us, and it'll be something just as worse as what we just seen with this brother getting all shot up. And then, again, the NB players will be inflamed and feeling punked. And so there's already division, and they pacifying them to some extent, just go on and play. But there's still division. Keep that in mind. That when this problem comes up again, well, see what you done did. You went to the so-called head to tell you to conform and to coon. And so who is left else that they will possibly listen to? Farrakhan. And they ain't gonna reach out to him because that is taboo to reach out for Farrakhan for any type of advice. That's the acid test in America, that this is the most disgusting human being that ever graced the earth, because he's telling core truth about America's atrocious behavior, how they keep continuing to slaughter us in the streets of America. And I was like, damn, I'm amazed at how I think. But that comes from the Creator. So when it pops up again, you think they're going to run back to Obama? No. It's going to be so much friction amongst these players, they ain't hearing shit. So that leaves these individual black men to make executive decisions. And I guarantee you, they will eventually walk based on the white man's damn behavior. As people continue to catch coronavirus and die of it too, and it's affecting their families. It's a lot of dynamics out here in this world. But see, America, especially white America, wants to continue to be entertained. And we're going to act like that ain't there. Also, this don't mean shit to them, because it don't affect their immediate situation. So our Father said, we're going to put some shit up in your face to affect your immediate situation. You can't just wash yourself up and down the streets of America and go in different establishments. Esau, you're going to submit. See, my royal family, we got to realize we out of our captivity and we got some duties and responsibilities. And we can't keep shucking and jiving. LeBron, can you make a decision just for your individual family members? You know, what's swinging between your legs? I'm just questioning that. So, y'all done went too far with this. Because there ain't nobody else you can go to. Oh, they will divide. I guarantee you this. I really guarantee anything. So, me having to process, because I'm pissed. Oh, and I'm heated about Breonna too. Or I'll be coming back with a video on that with a lot of fire. So, that's the only way I can put it. Let's not lose sight. Who else they gonna listen to? And they ain't gonna reach out. Because they know what he gonna say. They know what he expect of the royal family, let alone our men. And I'm not putting our men down. The only ones that I'm getting on their ass about is not demonstrating your God-given position. You should not expect Esau to lead anything. See, this is about getting back on our throne. And our throne ain't going to be propped up with props. When you look underneath it, you really see what's filthy under it. No, when we get back on that throne, it will be solid. Solid. Because you don't play with Yahweh. So America going to keep doing what America going to do. So the question that I ask the royal family, what are we supposed to do with our immediate situation? I'll leave it right there. Render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And it's always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.